Hey guys, in this video I want to talk to you guys about what we did to get Christian started with sign language, when we started him, how he uses it, and what we thought was really helpful throughout this communication journey. So he has a lot of ways that he communicates, but sign language is the primary way, the easiest way to get across with him. So I want to break it down to you guys and show you step by step what really is necessary to get him to communicate with us. And I hope you guys find some of these tips and information useful with your kiddos. Do you want mommy? What do you want? You want to eat? Eat? Okay, what do you want to eat? Do you want this? Do you want it? You can point. Good. Finger out. Do you need help? Help. Good job. You want more? More. Good job. Christian, are you all done? Hey, are you all done? You tell me. All done? Christian, all done. Okay, trash.
Oh, he got me trash. You want to get something? What do you want? Point. Point. You gotta use your pointer. Pointer.
Ooh, peanut butter?
You want garlic?
Garlic.
Peanut butter?
Give him a spoonful. Spoonful of sugar. Ah, Papa. Spoonful of sugar. Edit that out. No, you know you need to sit down, huh? You, babe. Is it good? Yummy. Alright, my turn. Let me try it. Let me try. Do you want to eat? Do you want to eat? Christian, show me eat. No, that's clapping. Show me eat. Eat. Yeah. Oh, that's a peanut butter. Eat. You do it. Ready? Eat. No. Eat. 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 There you go. Out here living the best hammock life. Christian was a little angry earlier. He dipped from the hammock.
Why?
I don't know. He said, peace out. Okay, so how did we get started with sign language? When Christian was 2 years old, after he got his autism diagnosis, there was a point where I had to try to figure out which way we were going to try to communicate with Christian. And I figured that there was a lot of ways, and maybe I would try all of them, but I thought sign language seemed like a really good option because it was something that was easy to do because our hands are always here. We had the tools for it at all times, and we didn't have to worry about trying to find it. There were some downsides to it that I heard, like people might not understand what he's signing besides his immediate family. He might need a different way of communicating later on so that it could be more of a broad communication and not so restricted. We had to modify it, but I still thought it was worth giving it a shot because even if he could only communicate with us, I still felt that was better than no communication. So the first thing that I did was I went through the book that I showed you guys, and I tried to find which signs I thought were really important to know, the ones that were going to be really helpful for him in his in his general life. So I decided to memorize the ones that were important. I would quiz myself. I would whenever I would have some pauses during break, I would try to write down the sign, and then I would try to quiz myself to see if I remembered it. So once I got certain signs down, I decided to go ahead and incorporate them throughout the day with Christian. So whenever he wanted to eat something, which is, if you guys know Christian, you know it's all the time. Whenever he wanted to eat something, I would have him sign eat. And the way that I would do it is, of course, he doesn't know what it is, or like this is brand new to him. So whenever something's new, I do errorless teaching where I'm guiding his hand or guiding whatever is needed to show him how to do it errorlessly. So whenever he would want to eat, I would say, do you want to? And I would grab his hand and I would do this with him. Do you want to eat? So I would do it with him. I would continuously do it. I would repeat it as often as it was natural and possible. I would, get his favorite candy, and I would do table work with him like that. Oh, do you want more? That was another sign. And then I would do his little hands, and I would try to do as least to most prompting in the beginning. It was a lot of prompting, and then I would try to fade it out. So, with a lot of repetition, he started getting the hang of it. Do you want more? Do you want more? More candy? Good job. It is challenging for Christian to understand imitating and gross motor imitation. So for him, it takes a long time to do things like do this, touch your head, where's your eyes, things like that. It's very hard for him to process. It takes a lot. If it seems like it doesn't take a lot, but it takes a lot for him to think about what we're saying. They want me to touch head and then physically touch head. It's a lot of steps that his brain needs to process, and for him it's a little bit challenging. So overall, for us, it did take a long time for him to go from a lot of prompting to less prompting. And at one point he was understanding everything, but he was scrolling, which means he was going through his arsenal of information in his brain, and instead of trying to find the correct answer, he was kind of just like giving me everything, because he was like, I don't know what you want, but I'm gonna give you everything and maybe it'll work, you know? So we kind of had to work through that and show him the right answer immediately. But with, like I said, with a lot of prompting, a lot of repetition, he did understand what we were trying to teach him in the way of communicating with sign language. So my biggest tip would be to do it in like a natural and fun way. Get things that he really likes. It doesn't have to be food. I talk a lot about food. If a kid is fascinated with bubbles and you're blowing bubbles, and then you can say, oh, do you want more? You know, and like have them sign more, and that could be a way of communicating. If your child, is all done with playing outside, that you can say, as you're talking, you don't even have to necessarily have them do it. You could also just show it, modeling all the time. Like, are you all done? You're all done. With so much seeing, they'll start picking up, even if they understand the sign. Like, Christian, are you ready to go? I know OT uses that one a lot right now, and I'm trying to get myself to do it too. And he understands it. So there is that one thing of understanding, and then after understanding, you could try to get them to imitate. So all of this takes baby steps, and maybe it won't take very long for your child to start understanding and imitating these signs, as long as you are repeating. But with other kids like Christian, just keep in mind that it might take a long time, but it doesn't mean that they don't understand and that they won't do it independently at one point. So just be very patient and just continue repeating it. Another thing that is very helpful is talking to your family and friends, the inner circle that is always with your child. And talking to them about what you're doing. So, hey, I'm gonna start doing sign language. I'm gonna focus on these two. I would appreciate it if you guys did these two as well, and show them, and they might feel a little bit awkward, just like you feel a little bit awkward. You're kind of learning a new language. You're trying to incorporate it in your everyday life. When you're out in public and you're talking to your child and you're like, hey, do you want to eat? Are you all done? These things are a little bit out of the norm for you, and it's okay to feel a little bit awkward. But I do believe communicating with that inner circle is key, and having them do the signs is really important, so that the child can generalize what they're learning. So keep that in mind. Talk to your inner circle and see if they can help you out with that as well. At this moment, Christian is still in the understanding of his basic signs. We're at eat, all done, more. We're teaching him let's go. So go. We are working on help sign. Having a nonverbal son, it's really challenging. A lot of behaviors do happen because he doesn't feel heard. So I always try to find ways to make him feel heard. With communicating, there are so many steps that we don't think about. I want to show you guys just how many steps there are in communicating with my son, whether it be gestures, sign language, pets, or a little bit of everything. It takes a lot of trying to figure out what he wants, him having to get me up, get my attention, take me to where he wants to go. So I am always ready and hopeful to try to find different ways to help it be easier for him, because in the end of the day, it has to be something that is easy to do, or else it's not going to get done, because you can't go searching for certain things when your child is already in that moment of like, I want, you know. So that's why I think signs are really beneficial, because even if it's something that is modified, even if it's something that other people don't understand, at least for home life, it's something that could be very beneficial and prevent that feeling of frustration when they are trying to communicate, because you understand them. So I hope that you found this video useful. Let me know if you have any questions about teaching signs to nonverbal children, and let me know if that's something that you're considering, or if you've done as well. Any tips that you guys have that you found beneficial would be very appreciated. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.